Blitz coming. Jones lost the football. Loose on the deck. Hare could not hold on to it. And it's Rams football.
Three of them, you mentioned Hackett, the offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur is, of course, the play caller, and Rodgers kind of blending their styles all together for this offense.
A.J. Dillon on first down with a big run, and he breaks into the secondary. Second-year man at a Boston college. They do. Burrow for Chase. He's got it! Jamar Chase! He's unstoppable in the last 2 minutes of a half. Burrow has it. Wide open for the catch. Mixon inside the 20 with a block. Mixon, and that's going to be a Bengals touchdown. On 4th and 1, all the way in for a 40-yard score.
Rest of our terrific CBS crew here from Lucas Oil.
Check, check.
Wentz and company begin just outside the 10. Taylor is his first big run. Taylor breaking free. Has a lead blocker. Taylor all the way down to the 5-yard line.
But given the score and trying to run out the game here, pressure on Burrow. Going deep, Jamar Chase. He's got it. Oh, and he's tackled. Or he would have been in the end zone at the 21-yard line. Another big gainer, and Jerry Jacobs saved a touchdown.
They dodged a bullet. Taylor could have had an interception there.
Oh, the punt gets blocked, and it will be taken into the end zone for a touchdown. Kenny Robinson. 3rd down and 1. They give it to the fullback, C.J. Ham, and he's still going.
Young Z, is that you?
Off to Dalvin Cook. It's the fullback Ham.
In the NFL, you don't get a lot. What does that say to your locker room, to your franchise and organization?
Let's get this guy in here. Let's call this dude back. Zachary, where are you at?
Finding some open green grass. Big run for Philip Lindsay. Best offensive play that they've had today.
2nd and 10. Darnold taken down. Football loose. Vikings recover. Tomlinson falls on it. 3rd Panthers turnover.
What if I was an overly enthusiastic personal trainer? Could I still get the Patrick price?
Yep. State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Sweet.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
You're ready. Darnold on 1st down. Takes off. Across midfield. Still going. Inside the 30 and then slides. And will be marked down at the 29-yard line as Darnold scrambles for 31.
Play clock at 3. Murray, draw play. Edmonds with a hole. Edmonds into the secondary, trying to turn on the speed, and caught from behind by Greedy Williams. Chase Edmonds broke through the line and broke one for 40.
One final opportunity for Carolina. 4th down and 10. Darnold fires. It is caught by Ian Thomas.
4 of the first 5 plays have been running plays. Where do they go on 3rd and 2? Carr looking to throw. Deep shot. Ruggs is down there. He's got it. Ruggs at the 5, and he takes it in.
Madison remains in for Cook. 2nd down and 13. As Cousins throws. Osborne, touchdown! Vikings win!
McDowell and see if he can make some noise here and make up for 2 costly mistakes for this Browns defense.
Officially the first third down of the drive, and it's DeAndre Hopkins getting his first catch. Oh, what a move! DeAndre Hopkins all the way in for the touchdown. A spectacular open field move for his 5th touchdown of the year.
And Harry just stood there and watched it, took it, and his team picked up an additional 15. Jones, over the top he goes, diving catch, yes it is! Hunter Henry with the touchdown grab.
Not going on
There's
IR.
Felton in the slot at the top.
Pressure coming from Golden. Baker able to break away. Dancing around with flags down, and now he's down. The ball is out, and it's recovered by Arizona. Second chance for Golden, got the sack, and Michael Dogby pouncing on the football.
I'm impressed with his improvement. 2nd and 17. Cowboys get the strip sack. And the recovery out to the 49. That's Golston with the recovery, and Gregory was the one who knocked it out.
They got 3 seconds here. They'll probably just launch one down in the end zone. You got the bunch up top. Those guys are going to be your Hail Mary.
7 defensive backs for Arizona. Pressure coming. Mayfield able to get away, and now he'll uncork it for the end zone. Ball in the air, and it's caught! It's caught! Donovan Peoples-Jones! Baker's prayer is answered from 57 yards out to end the first half.
Zach.
Hello.
What it do, man?
Oh shit, are we live already?
Pretty much.
Am I on the air?
Yep. We in there.
God, hold on, let me look handsome.
Oh no, they can't see you. They got just stream starting.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me plug in all my shit real quick.
Yeah, take your time. I feel like it's been forever.
Dude, I know. I was talking to, I think it was Diego the other day, and just I had to postpone like 2 weeks in a row, and then now I guess this is like the 3rd week, so it's just like I haven't done one, but I feel like you kept up on it, right?
Yeah, I think at least one, yeah. But I'm gonna see if like I'm gonna start seeing if anybody wants to get on like at any point during the week. Like,
yeah, because even if I can't do it, like it's just tough this year because of our work schedules, and you're working nights, I'm working days.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because what were we doing the first year? We did it
just like every Wednesday or.
We did it Wednesday late though, right?
Late,
you came over at like 8 o'clock.
We get finished at like midnight.
Yeah. And then the other year we were all unemployed with the entire world, so it's like we were all just home doing it whenever.
Mm-hmm. That worked out.
So we're just growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see you, by the way.
I don't even know if I could see you.
Go on YouTube to see you, huh? That's what I did last time, I think.
Okay, and I think we got you.
How's my audio sound?
Sounds good.
Picking it up?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Let me do a little check real quick. Oh yeah, we're golden.
For 2 seconds, and then we're ready.
All right. Let's see. Got sleeper going. Sleeper. Yep. We good, man. Wonder if we'll get copyright striked. Oh, Trayvon Diggs. Makes me so happy.
The 3-man interception. I remember the one that loses the game. Jones. Deep ball. And somehow they blew the coverage. It's Bourne to the end zone. One play later, the Patriots strike magic. And guess what? Double move on Diggs. They come right back. Diggs, you want to go ahead and be aggressive? You're going to go ahead and jump this? It sounds to me like we have so many good players that it's so nice. You're right. Throws it down the field. It's caught at the 10, and this game is over. The Cowboys win it. C.D. Lamb.
What a game that was. You still here?
The play on the timeout. This was it, Jim. You asked me what the play was.
What happened?
35 yards to win it. 35
Now he's gone.
to 29.
Second and 9, they'll give it to Deontay Johnson coming around, and he accelerates inside the 20 and out of bounds. 43, they bring
I don't know if I didn't get a chance to watch this game.
time and complete to Gerald Everett. The tight end spins out of a tackle. Everett running with a purpose all the way down to the 2-yard line. So Everett out of the lineup the last two, dealing with COVID-19. Strong catch and run of 41. Maybe the last time your offense sees the ball. Geno Smith will drop deep. He'll pump. He'll take a knocked out by one. Recovered by Devin Bush, who circles the right way. He almost lost the ball, but he's got it at the 16. And the Smith
Devin Bush really ran the wrong way.
by the defensive star, T.J. Watt. Boswell from 37 for the win. And the Pittsburgh Steelers win in overtime.
Fucking Geno Smith. Well, with or without you, Z, I have no choice to start this thing.
Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Am I on the camera yet?
Welcome to the
Not
ESFFL
yet.
podcast.
Okay, good.
Now. We're back in business, boys. Hey, what's going
Back
on?
in business. All right, are we on here?
Yes, we are. We are back in
There's
action.
always a little bit of a mental delay for me, you know?
And an actual one, I think, because you're watching the stream.
Let me see. My camera all set up. I need to mute you. Sorry.
Oh, that.
I have the stream up so I can see you, but I have the audio coming through Discord, so
It makes sense.
it's a little fucked up. But Owen, in business, what, 2 weeks off?
Yep, little break just because of scheduling. But we're back in business, man. It's good to be back on the stream. It's been a while. Feels like forever. Week
I know,
7.
It feels good.
Week 7.
Week 7. So the last show we did was, what, probably week 4 or 5?
5
Something
for
like
sure.
that?
Yeah, 5.
A lot has happened.
A lot
has happened. We've seen teams hit some highs, hit some lows, hit some middles, of course, and
Some teams staying low. Just
some teams staying low, man. It's just one of those things. You see it happen every year, but there's always got to be one. And
man.
hopefully it's not you. That's all you can hope for.
Yeah. No, there's some teams that need a win in a bad way this week. And, it's week 7 already, so it's not like things are going to be changing much. Except week 7 is a really weird week because it is by apocalypse. Injuries seem to be at an all-time high. So everyone's really scrambling just to figure out what to do this week. Some people are automatically probably going to take an L, and some people are really making the moves to get in the position to get a much-needed win. So I'm interested to actually dive into these matchups and see what these teams are looking like this week with everything going on. So should be fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up Sleeper real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at some of the matchups from last week.
I see. Okay, we can do that. All right, looking into week 6. What do we have?
I look really laggy on the stream. I don't know if it's my internet or what, but hopefully it's okay.
Probably. Oh no, they look pretty good. Moving around.
Good? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
As long as I'm not lagging all over the place. So, Owen, run us through your matchup first from last week. Let's talk about it. Because we're just going to skip the week that you beat me. Let's just act like that entire 7-day period just never happened.
What a finish.
We're on to this week. So you had somebody else.
Yes. So after week 5, week 6 came about, and it was going to be a uphill battle for me from the get-go. I had a couple buys that were kind of going against me, and especially going against the number 1 team right now in Steven and the Irvine Goats. I just knew it was an uphill battle. Stayed in there.
I just want to go and interject and say, what a year. Steve is good. For the first time, what feels like half of our league's history, Steve has a good team.
Steve has a great team, and they just keep winning. It's like 5-1 is outstanding. I don't think Steve's ever seen this peak before. So let's see if we can keep the ball rolling here. Looking back into week 6, with Tom Brady being the centerpiece of his offense. What a pick, by the way. I didn't think the old man had it, but this guy is right now the leading passing leader in the NFL, and I don't see him slowing down at all. Brady with 21.
He's been super good, and I was just talking to somebody the other day outside of the league, talking about how Tom Brady went relatively late in our draft. Like, he wasn't one of those top quarterbacks picked, like too early, how it is most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve definitely hit there. And I feel like when Steve drafted him, it was at the point where Steve was like, oh, this is going to be a steal at this spot. Because I was waiting on quarterback regardless.
Right.
And Steve just decided, no, this is going to be a good round for Tom Brady to be picked in. And it turns out, obviously, he is, because he's what, QB 1 or 2, something like that? He's a top 5.
It's got to be quarterback 1 at this point if he's a passing leader, I would say.
He's 3.
Number 3.
QB 3, yep.
Age 44. You're the quarterback 3, or quarterback number 3. And
only one game outside of the 20s, so, I mean, he's just having an incredible year. And Steve's good, so you faced off with Steve. Sorry to interrupt you with all that, but he had the running back, Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp. But outside of that, his team did not do anything crazy. You had kind of a more balanced team, just not a lot of explosion out of any of them, really.
Right. And what was my pretty much downfall was the fact that I started some guys who I thought were going to be, big or go big or bust, and they both busted. With Myles Gaskin, man, 1.9 points again. Yet somehow is the number 20 running back. I don't understand, because he's had about 4 out of 5 games with maybe 2 points tops, and like a total of 10 touches.
What's unfortunate, Owen, is that if you look at Steve's roster, right, like he had a couple guys do crazy good, and if those guys, they both got 30, if they both get 20, which is still a good week, but they had a good week, it wasn't some crazy 30-point game. If they had 20-point weeks, you're like basically win.
Yeah.
It's a tie game again. So it's just like, it's that close. It's 2 guys that did it for him. So
yeah.
Overall, though, your team, I think your running back's looking really nice. You might need some help at receiver still. And Steve's team is it's pretty good, man. If he has bad weeks for some guys, he's got other guys that pick him up to the average. So
I didn't realize he had the entire Colts running back squad. Like, he has every running back, like his Marlon Mack.
He has Marlon Mack too.
Naheem Hines and Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he has all of them.
Wow. It's funny. I was just hearing a lot of trade rumors about Marlon Mack, and I was thinking about maybe I should go try to make a play for him. But
no, I was gunning for him until I saw Steven had him as well. So he's got every running back there.
Yeah, good for Steve. Yes. Next matchup, Owen. Let's talk about. We'll jump into mine and Diego's since we're here.
Sure.
That was a good week for me. I feel that's the first time this year that I've led the league in scoring, so I felt really good about that. The final score in that one was 162 to 142. It was never really that close. It felt like I was surprised the fact that I was able to keep kind of a pretty good lead. Especially after Herbert and Eckler, they kind of had a switch of last week's, because I had last week against you where Eckler and Herbert combined for 80,
right?
And then everybody else did bad, and so like they kind of carried the team. This week they both sucked, and then everybody else on my team did really well. So besides Zach Moss, but we'll get into that shortly. It's just I had a good week, and so I was really excited to be able to get 160, get some points there. Even with those guys doing bad. So they have good weeks again. Say they average 20. That's like 185, something like that. So I feel good. I had a good week. Hopefully, Clyde is just out for the rest of the season, and I can just rock with Damian Williams because Daryl Williams, because he is. I think he's better. So hopefully I can keep him going. On Diego's side there, we got Derrick Henry. Obviously had 40. I just somehow find a way to survive the onslaught of Derrick Henry points every year.
It is insane.
Mahomes had a good game. But outside of that, Diego's team did not do anything crazy. Noah Fant surprised me. Ended the first half with like 2 points and then ended up with 20. So
wow.
Diego just didn't have enough points. Had a good week though, 142. So I think he's still feel pretty good about the outlook going forward, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was a solid game on his part. Like he'd set himself up to win. It just, Chase Edmonds is tough to start against like a good run defense in Cleveland. Justin Jefferson 10 points, but it's just just receptions. He started two Denver people, two Denver receivers in Tim Patrick and Noah Fant.
Yep.
And it's just wasn't enough. Your Rams defense was killer.
Yeah, Rams defense came through for me. They've got a good stretch here, and let me. They have Detroit. Well, they have the Giants, Detroit, and then Houston.
Yeah.
So the next 2 weeks, I'm locked in. Then they have Tennessee, the Niners, bye, one game in Green Bay. That's a tough one, and then Jacksonville, Arizona, Seattle to end the season.
Man.
So I think they've got a pretty good stretch coming forward here, and I'm excited because for the first half of the season, it's been like an okay play. So
yeah.
Hopefully they can start, give me some points.
Well, with CD, it seems like he's finally he had a little stretch there too, where it's like he wasn't doing much, but now I feel like
he was just okay, and I was glad him and Diggs both had pretty good weeks. 9 for 89 and a touchdown for Diggs, and then CD had 9 for 150 and 2.
Man.
So, if they can both stay in the top 10, maybe top 5 by the end of the season, I think I have a really good chance at hopefully making a playoff push here, man. Hopefully. But, I want to talk about Zach Moss.
Oh, yeah.
Why is he fucking bad the only time I started?
I'm telling you, man, it's a trap.
15, 17, 13, 11, and then 4.
He's a trap. 15, 17, 13, 11, 4. And then Singletary, I think, has some part to play in that, and it seems like he was a part of the game plan in this matchup.
It's so unfortunate because I feel like they're both not that incredible of running backs.
Right.
But if they were just by themselves, then they would have a ton of opportunity and they'd probably be a good play. But it's just two of them, man. It's hard to play either confidently.
Yeah, and it doesn't. I mean, it seems like this year, especially, that they have put in some time to get the running back or get the running game going. But Josh Allen is probably taking a third of the cut when it comes to the run
and
plays.
He tries for all those touchdowns. Like, I guarantee you, if they would have just ran Zach Moss at the end of that game instead of trying to get all cute, they could have easily scored. Like, just run it.
Oh yeah,
it's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. But
tough start.
So I was able to beat Diego this week, move to 4-2. Diego drops to 3-3, so kind of tough for him there. I feel like coming into the year, we expected him to be better than 3-3 so far, but it's just kind of bad luck. He's been scoring all right, but sometimes that's just the way it works.
Yeah, 3-3. Diego was starting real hot too.
Who do you want to do for the next matchup, Owen?
Let's go the Sanger Sly Dogs and AB and the Young Bucks, because I feel like
all right.
These are two teams that are going in two totally different directions, and I'm interested to see how it got to this point.
Yeah, Josh's team, we had 157 to 128. Josh won this matchup. Moving to 4-2, Christian 2-4. Looking at Josh's side there, we got Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Packers stacked, had a great week. They played the Bears and both went over 20. Darrell Henderson caught 2 touchdowns. Actually ran one in, caught one. He played great. Tyreek, obviously, just always a lock. He had a good week for Thielen. So overall, the top of his roster was good. The bottom was really not. It's like he kind of was carried by his stars, which is always that's what you're looking for, right? You want to have guys that give you points every week. So Just had a pretty good week, 157. I think that was second highest. And then on Christian side, Lamar just is so up and down, right?
Right. Like in a complete 34-6 shellacking, you only end up with 11 points. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Only 167, only 1 touchdown and 2 picks. They ran in 3 touchdowns with 3 different running backs, so it's just, on a normal week, he'll probably get one of those. And that has a lot better week, so.
Crazy.
His running backs, Christian's running backs are really nice. Joe Mixon, James Robinson. I've been trying to trade him for James Robinson since week 1, I think.
Wow, yeah, no, he's looking good. He's everything that I thought he was going to be, except, it was a slow start. I didn't think maybe for a second there that Urban Meyer
was
that's
that's Urban Meyer's fault. James Robinson is so good, man.
Yeah.
So good.
You can't deny it.
Antonio Brown, good week, and the rest of his team. Hey, what about Darren Waller, man? What's up with Darren Waller? 22, 9, 7, 13, 6, 5. After being traded to Christian. He's been bad.
Right. Yeah. No, it's
not bad for tight ends. But he's not at all what you think Darren Waller should have gotten you.
Yeah, he's not what you paid for, either through the draft or through trade. And I don't know. It could be just like a restructuring, a reshuffling of the play calling with Gruden pretty much hunting his way out the door the past 2 weeks. How it looks, it's probably a lot different. You can't really. I'm sure defenses are saw the first 3 weeks. Oh, they're just gonna throw it to Darren Waller about 20 times a game. Let's cover him. Let's double him. And I'm sure defenses are adjusting too. So it's just tough. Especially on the tight end side. Like T.J. Hawkinson's dealing with the same thing plus an injury. So they know how to get rid of the tight end spots.
Sorry, I clicked off that matchup for some reason. I was trying to look at it on the thing.
Yeah, no. DK Metcalf was, quiet. It's hard to, man, with Seattle's receivers and Geno Smith.
Oh, man, Seattle's receivers. Tyler Lockett, you're freaking killing me.
It is tough. It is tough. The chemistry is obviously not there, and Geno seems like he's just looking for the most open guy, which it sounds good on paper, but what Russell Wilson's able to do and that connection that he has with all of his receivers is night and day what we're seeing. It's crazy.
It's just the fact that Russell Wilson is so much better.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. And Christian moving to 2-4, Josh 4-2.
Man.
2 teams trending in opposite directions. That's what it is. And Christian's got to make some moves, man. I know he's gonna listen to this. I know he's gonna text. You guys are talking shit about my team, but nobody talks more shit on Christian's team than Christian does.
That is true.
I think Christian knows that he's in a tough spot right now. There's not much you can do other than hope. His team's been pretty good. I think he's pretty decent in points. He scored 847, so probably around top half of the league, I would imagine. Looks like.
Yeah.
So just needs to get a couple things rolling the other way, and he has a 4-2 record. Really, it's 2 games. That's it.
Yeah, it's just he's putting up the points, and it does seem like he's getting kind of unlucky here and there. Injuries are playing a part. It's just, man, he's really rolling with the punches right now. But I don't know if it's enough to where he can get back up and get back in the fight or not. So I don't know. This week is tough to make that make or break call because of everything going on. But it's about that time of the season where either things gotta get changed, or you're just like, hey, this is my team and this is what it's gonna look like, and we're sinking or swimming with this ship. So good luck to Swoosh.
For Josh over there, he's 4-2. Myself 4-2 as well. Me and Josh actually play each other this week in the Brother Bowl.
Oh man!
But huge asterisk by that because my entire team is on a bye. But we'll get into all that in a little bit. Next matchup, I think we have 2 more. We got the Visalia Vegetables and Zach's fantasy team. Zach took the victory in this one, 135-113. Zach's team bounced back really nice after a tough start, I think. He's played well. He's got Josh Allen coming into form, good running back in Swift. Beckham came back, had an okay week. Overall, just put kind of average points out of everybody, which at the end of the day gets you a good week. So
yeah,
able to beat Tavo. Sorry, go ahead, Owen.
I was just saying this is like a total team effort by both squads because both of these teams have been just ravaged by injury.
Tavo, for sure.
Tavo now being the leader in that one. just recently gave up James White and Gus Edwards, who are pretty much done for the season since like week 3. So it's good to see them off the roster.
No, and I think part of Tavo's reason for being 2-4 is the fact that you keep guys like that on your roster, right? Because that means you're not making a waiver wire play for somebody else that fills in for your injured guys. So you're just keeping guys that aren't playing. But, you know,
it's the little things,
I guess. And I saw him drop him, and he's making plays now. So that's all you can do is keep trying to get some victories. You just got to play it week by week, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, no, it's like he's just got to be a little bit more active. It's because the little things are adding up for him, and it's making it tough for him to overcome like just any type of disadvantage in any matchup, and we're seeing it before our eyes. So I know to me it all started with the trade, and it's just all been downhill since. So that's just how things go for the vegetables after that week 1
vegetables,
or that the franchise retagging, renaming.
You might want to rebrand it into something a little more happy, man. I feel like his team's vibes have just been so bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was I guess what they were playing for between these two teams, like the paraplegics versus the vegetables, and it was just all bad, man. So it's good to see Zach come up from the ashes, because he's been on a streak here, coming up with all adversity in his face. So good for him.
Good for him. That's it sounds so just like we're proud, because Zach's had a tough couple of years in this league, man, with all the injuries he's faced. So
the most by far.
Some wins, man. Love it. Also, I tried to trade Zach for Cordell Patterson a couple times, and not worked.
Yeah, it's been difficult, man, trading this year. I feel like people really are holding on to what they got, and I don't blame them. Like, I mean, everyone's getting offers, I'm sure. It's just, I don't know. Some people, I think everyone's seeing their team differently than what everyone else is. You know, it's like they really are holding on to what they got.
I feel like everybody just, like, it's kind of what I said earlier with the fact that everybody has wide receivers this year and nobody has running backs. Because there's so few, like, great starting running backs that you can lock in. Yeah. If you have a couple of them, you don't want to trade for somebody's receivers that maybe are good receivers, but they don't really make your team better because you already have a good receiver that you were able to draft late. So it's just kind of like there's not a lot of wiggle room for any of those positions because there's a lot of receivers out there, not a lot of running backs, and it's just tough to make trades for it.
Yeah, it's rough out here. I'm sure eventually we will see something, but I don't know, man. Like, it's going to take a lot to convince somebody to give up one of their guys. I think everyone just has that mindset, like, hey, this is my guy. Yeah. I'm ride or die this year. But I don't know. I'm trying to make some moves because I have some running backs I'm just tired of seeing ride the bench.
Like whom, Owen?
Like, let's see, Jamal Williams, Miles Gaskin.
He rides the bench because you can't start him.
Well, he has his at the beginning of the season, he was exactly how they were playing him exactly how he should be. For some reason, they got away from it, and then also Swift is playing good. But it takes one Swift, ankle cramp before he's gone for like 7 weeks, and then Jamal Williams is the guy again.
Would you trade Damian Harris at this point, or are you going to hang on to him?
I like him so much. He's such a dog in New England. And they've tried to force other guys into it, and yet he always ends it back up on top, man. Like, I'm telling you, this guy's like, when they play him right, is an easy 100 yards. Maybe not a touchdown, but he's a dog. Like, he's 20 carries, 100 yards. Like, the most standard running back you can ever ask for.
But he had a couple down weeks, and I mean,
yeah.
Kind of, I guess, what a rookie is, though, right? Let's get into our last matchup, though, Owen, real quick. We have Cooking with Dalvin versus the Green Bowl Packers, Jared versus Hunter. Both teams struggling this year in a little bit. Both 2-4 after this matchup. Hunter's able to pick up the victory. Looks like Hunter had a good week again. I think he's actually been pretty good this year. Let me look at his total points.
It's just been very painful for the guy.
866.
Yeah, he's had some bad losses where
his second most in the league.
Oh my god.
Second most points in the league, and he's 2-4, man.
That's terrible. That sucks.
That's so unlucky.
Yeah, and I was a part of that too, where they had no business winning and somehow pulled it off last play Monday night, and it's happened to him like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. I want to say.
That's sad.
Very sad.
And I want to say one thing about Hunter's team. I want you to kind of run down this matchup, Owen, but I want to say one thing about Hunter's team. Leonard Fournette, man.
What a pickup!
Dude, I drafted him. Had him the first 3 weeks. Dropped him because he sucked, and they were just using both running backs. Now Ronald Jones has been wiped off the planet.
Right.
And it's just Leonard Fournette. He had like a 30-point week, and dude, it eats at me because I need running back so bad. If I would, I'd probably dropped him for somebody dumb. And it's just one of those decisions that I'm already looking back on, like, oh wow, that's big. It's a big mistake.
Yeah, I remember picking up. I want to say I ended up picking up Rondale Moore instead of Leonard Fournette, and yeah, I was like, you know what, Ronald Jones is supposed to be the guy. He was a cannonball last year, and he was able to split time. What I thought was exactly what they should do. Leonard Fournette is finally the guy again, and it's prominent. Like, he's gonna be the guy.
And I'll tell you, I'm looking at his stats right now. I'll tell you why I dropped him, right? Because he had 9.95 the first 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I dropped it. The snap percentage went from 65 to 49 to 36.
Downtrend for sure.
So I was like, okay, this is not what I want to see out of a running back. Like, I want to jump off this shit before I sink with it, basically.
Right.
And then after that, spikes to 82%, 82, 62, 63. So he's right about where I thought he would be, but he's getting the work now instead of just being on the field. Last week, 22 carries, and then 12 carries, and then 20. So he's just been heavily involved in the offense. He's catching the ball over 40 yards in all 3 of those games. Man, what a mistake.
It's tough, man. Like, those are the calls that you're like, all right, like, it makes all the sense. And then some team, and Bruce Arians is probably the worst at it. Like, when it comes to like those type of things, like he's
kind of unpredictable, and they have a lot of weapons over there, so it makes it even harder. But and run us down this matchup for me real quick.
All right, so going back into this matchup, we have Jared versus Hunter, and I mean, quarterback play was awesome by both sides. Kyler Murray, 22 points, probably one of the safest bets at that position. Matt Stafford and the Rams are just demolished the Giants. You love to see it. For Hunter, you got Josh Jacobs and Kareem Hunt going against Dalvin Cook and Miles Sanders. Josh Jacobs seems like he's finally back in rhythm, especially not dealing with any injuries. Can't say the same for Kareem Hunt, who I believe is on the IR now, so he will be out for 3 weeks. So it's tough to see that, but a 10-point performance out of there. Terry McLaurin, kind of like a mid-grade game for him against Kansas City, but Devontae Adams is right there behind him. 11-point performance, the receiving leader as of Week 7 for the season, going up against DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Evans. Mike Evans is somebody I would like to talk to after I run this down, because I don't know what to think about that guy anymore. Jared Cook going against Travis Kelce. Kelce doing Kelce things. And then in the flex, we have Deontay Johnson and Chuba Hubbard going against Leonard Fournette and Carlos Sutton. And kickers, Greg Zuerlein fucking kept us in that game over there. And then just some decent defensive play, both sides, Green Bay against Chicago. But just an overall good performance. But going back to Mike Evans, man, Jared has taken an L in that position because of Mike Evans and what they're not doing in Tampa Bay. I don't understand.
I mean, he just has – there's too many mouths to feed for the receivers. I think it's hard to predict. Obviously, they can't all have good weeks at the same time, but you got to put Mike Evans out there every week and let him do what he does. I mean, he's had a couple of down weeks, but mostly pretty good to above average, so –
yeah,
you just got to keep rolling him out there and hope for the best.
I think he's just become a touchdown reliant receiver. I mean, he's had a four game span where he's above 11 points. It's just like touchdown dependency is kind of the name of the game. Like, if you think he's gonna score a touchdown in this matchup, I think you play him highly, and then if you don't think he's gonna be able to find a touchdown, you might have to expect him at a flex level type of receiver. I mean, you can say the same thing with anybody, but I think it's with all the mouths to feed. Mike Evans doesn't get he's not the guy they're
Antonio
calling.
Brown, Godwin. I mean,
pick your
especially
poison,
when Gronk's back too.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, somebody I was eyeing for trades, because I'm just like, okay, I need a guy, somebody I can okay, if he does get 2 touchdowns, this could win me a week. But it's tough, man. It's tough, especially in Tampa.
Yeah. I think that is it for all of our. That is it for the matchups of last week, Owen. Let's dive into the matchups for this week. Starting with me and Josh because it's an easy one. Projected to lose by a lot. Owen, if you could bring up my matchup for the stream here, just so we'll, and then I want you to scroll down to the bench.
Oh gosh. Okay. I don't know if we're all ready for it because it's gonna be pretty gruesome.
It is gruesome.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. 6 buys.
Oh my god.
Dude, there's nothing I can do. I have Jarvis Landry on my IR spot, pulled off of IR. I might put him into my lineup this week. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Goodness gracious.
Have him played tonight. Would you play him over Tyler Lockett?
Wow, Jarvis Landry, Tyler Lockett. Oh my god.
Tyler Lockett is so bad, dude. 27, 31, 5, 4, 8, 4.
Gosh, yeah. As soon as Russell was out, even that including that game, it was just nothing was there. Nothing was there.
Even before that, bro, he had 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And then for Jarvis, this just makes me nervous. He's the only weapon there, so he's either just going to be heavily targeted and involved, or the defense is just going to squash the Browns all night because they have nothing.
Right. I mean, they're down 2 linemen, down 2 running backs, half a
quarterback. They don't have Odell.
No Odell, and Jarvis Landry coming off of injury. What was his injury? Do you know?
Yeah, it was an MCL sprain.
Oh gosh, man. Well, I don't know. I think as far as opportunity, it's the Jarvis Landry show. But as far as defenses, who else are you gonna scheme against? It's just Jarvis Landry.
Herein lies another problem, Owen. So I need to pull somebody off of my IR if I want to make that switch. But I have nobody that I can drop because everyone's on a bye.
Wow. Well, he's coming off nonetheless, right?
Well, I could just leave my lineup all weekend, deal with it next week.
And then you'd be frozen, right?
Frozen.
Wow.
So I have a huge problem this week,
Good gosh, man. Well, I think that's the way to go if you don't want to drop somebody, unless you trade out of it. That's the only options.
I have been contacted in regards to a trade for Jarvis Landry already.
Really? I want CD. I want CD. So I gotta.
That does nothing for me because he's on a bye. I mean, he would be coming off my bench. That doesn't fill up a roster spot for me.
That's true.
I need someone to essentially buy somebody with fab, I guess. I don't know. I was offered 15 fab for Jarvis. I didn't take it. I feel like it does anything for me.
Damn, dude, that is a pickle, man. Yeah, it's either start Jarvis and drop somebody, or start Lockett and freeze the rest of your roster. And then if you need to make a move, then you drop somebody anyway.
Yeah, because I don't even want to drop my kicker. He's kicker 1, so he's going to get swooped up.
Right.
Then 100%. I can't drop Zach Moss because he's a running back.
And he'll get
back 26 at that.
Uh-oh. Just got a sleeper update. We got some breaking news.
What is it?
Damian Williams was not at practice again today and couldn't be cleared until Saturday at the earliest because he's unvaccinated and mandatory 10-day waiting list because of COVID.
Well, that is very crucial, and it is perfectly timed because Josh has Damian Williams and I have Khalil Herbert.
Wow.
So that does help me out a little bit. He didn't even have him start lineup to begin with, but he has to play Mike Davis, who is essentially an afterthought there now with Cordero, and then Dearness Johnson. So he's playing Dearness tonight. Wow. Could be big. Didn't realize that Josh picked him up or already had him or whatever.
Did not know that.
Nice. Okay, well, I don't even really need to get into the matchup. I don't think I'm going to win. Josh has green matchups for the whole thing, essentially. I'm going to really need to get lucky, but I got a ton of buys. So I'm on to next week. Next matchup, we got Owen, you versus Jared. Run us through it.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be one of the closer matchups for the week. Teams, coming off losses, I believe Jared lost last week. It's just, man, Jared needs a win, and I feel like I need a win after losing to Steve. Kind of was preparing for this matchup last week because I was expecting the L. Decided to go with Tua at the start for quarterback instead of some other streaming options. The fact that Garoppolo's coming back off and Trey Lance is dealing with some sort of calf issue himself or some strain. That sucks because it would have been perfectly timed right out the bye for him to get the start again. But going against Kyler Murray in Houston, that is such a good matchup that I think it's going to be detrimental to Kyler Murray. I don't know. I'm just hoping for something. And then we got Chuba Hubbard going against Damian Harris. Also at running back, Miles Sanders versus J.D. McKissick. At wide receiver, we have Deebo Samuel coming back off a bye also with Robert Woods going against Detroit. With Jared's DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Evans, the stack there with D-Hop and Kyler Murray. He's yet to put in another flex, which scares me because he's already got the advantage in the points right now. So Alex Collins, who knows if he's even playing, might have to make a move there as well. And then kickers, Suckup versus Bucker, and then defenses. I picked up New Orleans back on the squad again after dropping them the other day. And then Green Bay against Washington. So we'll see, man. I don't know how this one's going to come back down because he's got all the good matchups, but the performances on some of these players have been abysmal. Right.
Abysmal is a good word for it.
Miles Sanders is getting fucking pushed out into the void. I don't understand what's happening with him.
Yeah, well, I think he's honestly just not good.
Really?
I've not ever wanted him on one of my teams. He's always been somebody that I think was only relevant because he was a starting running back. And if he were on any other team, he would just be like a pass catcher, just comes in and out, I don't think he's all that talented as far as production goes,
I think it's there. This guy helped me win a championship. I think it's definitely there. This guy's a receiver. He's definitely there. It's tough now. What this offense is looking like now. Somebody in the chat.
Yeah, I see that.
Says, what y'all think about me trading Javonte? Was it Javonte, Will, and Ruggs for Keenan Allen? So Will, I'm guessing Will Fuller.
Ashley. Well, let me put on my thinking hat.
Let's see, Javonte,
Williams, and Henry Ruggs for Keenan. I would not do it. I don't think I would do it because Javonte is a running back, and you would be giving up a running back and a receiver for a wide receiver that's been good, but not great, I guess.
I would say this: if you have Ruggs, you're upgrading for sure at wide receiver, and then Javonte.
Maybe you can swing another running back from the other team.
Yeah,
so you can have that roster security, I guess would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, have some depth there. If you can't get another running back, it could be anybody. Because Javonte, I'm cool with letting go because it's a two-headed attack with him and Melvin Gordon, and they're pretty much the same running back. So that's they're literally splitting everything down the middle in Denver. Beyond that, I would love to get my hands on Keenan Allen, especially after getting destroyed by Baltimore. I think they're going to be coming back even harder, and the way you do that is by getting possessions, and that's with your possession guy, Keenan Allen, probably one of the best possession receivers in the NFL. So I think he's somebody that could help jumpstart your team. But you got to really want that person. But I don't know. I think you can probably get a little bit more out of it. But still, if that's what it takes.
Maybe just try to swing a running back if they don't want to do it. I don't know. might be a good trade to take because I think Owens Red could just jumpstart your team. So.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, at the end of the day, the way I see it in a trade, you want to get the best guy. Like, you want to get the best guy at the end of the day.
Hey, if it doesn't work out, and both advise you against it, just remember that.
You can always come back and blame us.
Next matchup, Owen. Let's run through somebody else's real quick. Who do you want to do?
Who do you got winning this one, by the way?
Who is this one? Sorry, scroll up.
So we got
the projections.
So this is
It was
even.
It was you.
Yeah. So even. This is with Jared not even having somebody in his flex as well.
Yeah. I think your team is heavily dependent on 2 players this week. One of them to do better than average. The other to do less shitty than normal. And those 2 players are Robert Woods and Myles Gaskin. Robert Woods has a great week. Maybe goes for like 25 points, something like that. Then I think you're in a good spot. And if Myles Gaskin even gets you like 8 points, I think that's all you really are looking for out of him.
Yeah. And then Tua, who knows what Tua can do?
Owen, I am also on the Tua train. In the other league, he's my QB2 right now. So
I believe.
I'm riding with him, man.
I believe.
And then for Jared, I don't know, man. I think Jared is probably the safe bet to win, especially with Kyler Murray. But I think this matchup will be kind of like a toss-up. If you have a good week out of a couple players, I think you'll win it. So.
Yeah, no. It's funny that he's got 2 Cardinals receivers going, and then Kyler Murray. So it's like this is a matchup I see where like they go up 20 points and then just try and get the run game going as much as possible. I'm at least hoping for that. We'll see.
Let me take a look. Next matchup, Owen. Let's do the Irvine Goats versus the Visalia Vegetables. I'll start by giving my prediction for this one. It is that Steve will win.
I would say that Steve is probably gonna win this one.
Ooh, he says Owen needs Hurts. You do kind of need Hurts, huh?
I was looking into it every which way, and we would be willing to do it, but I don't know what I'd be willing to give up for him. I think I sent him a 1-for-1 for like Myles Gaskin, which I know isn't anything, but it's like, what else is he gonna do for you when you got Lamar? What else are you like? And Myles Gaskin's the number 20 running back somehow, some way. Like it's there.
Not only that, but he is a starting running back.
Exactly.
So it could be, even if it doesn't work for a couple weeks, maybe he has in 3-4 weeks, he's there like, oh wait, we should probably just like go to our running back a little bit more.
Exactly.
Then he's relevant. So I don't know. With the Irvine Goats here, early projected to win, obviously. Tom Brady, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Carter this week, Cooper Kupp. So he's got pretty much Jamar Chase. Starting Devontae Parker. Wow.
Interesting.
I don't know if he should do that. He's limited with a hamstring. I don't think he'll even.
He's coming back.
I think. A lot of options. But yeah, obviously the easy favorite to win. The projection will get closer once Tavo subs in Sam Darnold. That'll put him at 119, and then a flex. Christian Kirk, 129. It actually had Tavo projected to win, but I do not predict that to happen. I don't think Sam Darnold will get to 18 points for some reason. I just have a bad feeling about it this week. Even though they're playing the Giants, he really needs McCaffrey there, does he not?
I would say so. Yeah, McCaffrey changes the game entirely, and that sucks for Tavo, man. Like that is one huge piece to his team. It's what carried him to that hot start. I mean, he was riding on the back of McCaffrey up until the wheels fell off, and it seems like there's going to be another 2 or 3 weeks until they come back on. So tough for the kid. The rest of the squad I do like. It's just like the double start, like Josh Myers and Nelson Aguilar against the Jets makes sense on paper, but from what I've seen, it's like it's one or the other. I've never seen Mac like go out and just have an air raid attack. It's usually like a balanced at best.
Well, Aguilar has been, I think he's just throwing a shot in the dark because of buys and injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Nelson Aguilar, man, 15-3-2-7-4-3. So abysmal.
Yeah.
Like he's basically not even rosterable. But with the situation Tavo's been in, I mean, obviously you have to play somebody, and he's got a good shot at maybe getting a long touchdown. Who knows? He's done it before. But I'm going to take Steve this week in this one. 5-1. I think he'll move to 6-1.
I think Tavo might make it surprisingly close for no reason whatsoever. But I think Steven pulls a dub, and it's another 6. It's a 6-1 start for Steve. I cannot believe it.
Next matchup, Owen, we got the Henry Babies versus the Green Bowl Packers. Wow. And Owen, this one, early projections have it in favor of Hunter by 20 points. Rosters are both full. Give us a rundown of this matchup, please, Owen.
Starting off with Diego's squad, we got Patrick Mahomes against Tennessee in a reigning game. So Derrick Henry as well, going up against Kansas City in that same matchup. We got Chase Edmonds going up against Houston, Tyler Boyd, Tim Patrick, Kyle Pitts, Latavius Murray, and that a cluttered backfield for sure. And then Allen Robinson getting the start against Tampa Bay. And then Denver Broncos against the Cleveland Browns in that tonight in that very, very injured matchup. As far as Hunter's team, we got Matt Stafford making his return to Detroit. Should go off for 100 points. Josh Jacobs in Philly, Leonard Fournette, Chicago, McLaurin, Adams, Kelsey, Cooks, Sutton, Crosby, Baltimore against Cincinnati. I think Hunter's team is stacked with the capital S.
Agreed. Sorry, I didn't know if you were going to continue there.
No, that's it.
Looking at myself on the thing, I'm super jittery, but I think it's just my internet. Yeah, Owen, I agree with you in this one. I think Hunter is looking stacked this week. Stafford in Detroit, the revenge game narrative, I think that'll be a fantastic play. Leonard Fournette's probably a good play there in Chicago in the rain. Not in Chicago, but in Tampa, I guess it's raining there.
Yeah, in Tampa.
Devontae Adams always going to ball out. We got Kelsey, so I agree with you. I think Hunter's a good bet this week. Maybe moves to 3-4, and then Diego could potentially be on a 3-game slide if what we're predicting comes true here. So
can't say we didn't call it.
Wasn't the question a couple weeks ago like how long until he fucks it up?
Yes.
It was literally just like
the next
2 more days from us saying that.
Yeah, a couple of days. It's like 48 hours.
Still lots of time though, so no one's out of it. He's still 3-3. So I mean, just got to keep grinding it. Just keep grinding them out. Next matchup, Owen, we got the Young Bucks versus Zach's fantasy team. Early projection in favor of Zach, 136-122. Zach looks like the reason for that is all of his green matchups. For Christian, a couple green, couple red, couple yellow, couple orange. He's all over the place there. But the matchups, Owen, is Jameis Winston there. I think I would take – that's a tough one because Jameis is in Seattle, got the good matchup. But I think Lamar's probably the safe bet to hit his projection. Jameis, take the under on 18, I guess. I don't think he'll get that many unless he throws for 5 touchdowns again, you know?
I think, well, what Lamar did last week, I think he will kind of turn it around. But I do think Cincinnati is a squad this year. Like, they're not just a pushover team, and their defense is looking pretty mobile. So I think they might get a good grip on Lamar, kind of keep him under that 25 mark. I see this being a low-scoring game. I see it just being like Joe Burrow making some mistakes, and Baltimore eventually winning this game, but I see it being like a 20-24 game. Like something around there. And Winston has had like a week and a half to prepare for this Seattle team, who I think is kind of reeling without Russell Wilson.
I think. Yeah, they really need help.
The defense has been keeping them in the game, but they can only do that for so long before the fatigue starts to set in of like the offense not being able to do anything. So
you think Jameis Winston more or less than 18 points?
I say more. You could probably put that at 20, and I would be like, I'd still take it. I was trying to pick him up actually this last week instead to go with Tua because I wasn't sure what the case was going to be for San Francisco and maybe see who Trey Lance was or like who I was even going to drop. And
and I want to ask you, are you going to change your name from the Trey Area 5150s since he's no longer a starting quarterback?
I was honestly like 50-50 on just trading him away or dropping him this past week. Just really was thinking about it. I would have to change my name.
Who would want to trade for him?
There's some people who are looking for him. There's some people like who have a solid.
I'm sure it's Zach.
Zach for sure is a candidate.
The running backs in this matchup, Owen, we got Kamara and Swift versus Mixon and Williams. I think that's probably a pretty fair matchup, actually. With the slight favor to Zach, Kamara and Swift, I think will probably have like 15 each. Maybe Kamara has a great week. Joe Mixon probably like 15 to 20, and then Williams probably like 8 to 12, somewhere around there. So I think it'll probably average out to be pretty close to the same. The wide receivers, we got Antonio Brown and Devontae Smith versus Odell Beckham and Cordero Patterson, the ultimate flex player. I actually really like whoa. Odell Beckham is not playing, right?
As far as I knew.
He's not, and he is in his starting lineup. So that's something big to watch. If Zach's watching already, then he just got a tip. But if he's not watching, clock's ticking. Cordell Patterson, though, is a beast, man. I have him in my full PPR league, and the man is just a point machine. I love him. Hunter Henry versus Waller. I think that's a good matchup. And the flexes, Marquise Brown versus A.J. Brown. That's kind of a toss-up, isn't it, Owen? I think that one's pretty close.
It's just you're probably going to see a drop from Marquise Brown. I'd say that, and then who knows if AJ Brown, man. If AJ Brown actually plays the whole game, like it's very much.
If he does, I think he's going to. Oh, he's missing again on Thursday. Still sick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he blamed that on Chipotle. It's been like 5 days. I don't think he's sick on Chipotle.
Ouch! I mean, I believe it.
And then Metcalf versus Shepard. So I think this one. It's kind of a split right now, but since both of Zach's guys are questionable, I think I would give the edge to Christian here on this. And Christian needs a defense.
Yeah, he's going to have to. He's got the Browns.
He's sub him in. Is Christian still in here? He's got a chip too.
Yeah, he's asking right now, Henry Ruggs or Devontae Smith this week. And I mean.
Ruggs is questionable.
Like Ruggs did really well last week. I think they're kind of the same player, different teams. As far as
I think I would probably go Ruggs if you think you're gonna need the points. But if you're gonna want like an average to good week, I think you go with the safe bet in Devontae, right?
Yeah, and he'd rather root for Ruggs than Smith. But I think you're like banking on the big plays a little bit more with Ruggs when Devontae Smith is a little more consistent. He's probably going to end up with more targets.
With the projections, it'll have this at like a 2-point spread, 136 to 134. I'm going to give this to Christian this week. I think I'm going to give it to Christian.
I think he's due. I think he's just due.
I think he's due as well. I think some of the injuries on Zach's side will haunt him. If they maybe play snap counts, we'll see there. And then with Christian's team, I think he's got a good chance of getting a touchdown out of Marquise, maybe a touchdown out of Metcalf against the Saints. Antonio Brown looking like a good week's coming, and then just going to need Lamar to have a good week. I think Christian's got a chance.
Yeah, I would say so. And this is the benefits of listening to the pod, because if Zach was listening right now, he'd probably switch out Odell this second. Let's see if he still does it. I ain't saying nothing. We'll see what happens.
Oh, no, I'm not here to coach other people's teams,
Oh, no.
But Christian was here, so hopefully he subs in his defense,
Yeah, that's true.
It's a benefit. But, Owen, anything else you want to discuss before we end this pod here? It was a good one back. I think we went kind of long.
Little long, but we had some catching up to do. We'll see what any trades kind of come down the line. I know we probably mentioned something of it last podcast, but I think we were pretty much settled on the punishment this year. I think we're right.
Is it the chip?
I like the option of the two choices between, what was it, like you can do the chip or you can do.
The maid outfit actually won. It has 4 votes.
Really?
Maid outfit / serving at the draft. But see, there's not enough votes, man.
Yeah. Well,
hey, if you're watching this podcast, go vote in the freaking poll. I'm going to pin it right now.
Yeah, no, I would say
under your pinned messages. Check it out.
I would say between the maid outfit or the belly button piercing, you got to do one or the other. You show up to the draft in a maid outfit, or you get your belly or a piercing of like your team or something. I'm pretty sure it's a belly button piercing.
A belly button piercing would be hilarious, honestly, and so easy to hide. It's nothing.
It's just one and done.
Christian says a couple things in the chat. Let me read those real quick. Was hoping they rule Saquon out today, but they haven't yet, so got to drop Jake Mick. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably drop him. You're all right. Thank you, Ashley.
Real involved this week. Man. Yeah, so between that and just see what trades look like, man, it should be just a good well, I think it's going to really show this week to be a testament to management and how well you know how to move around and flex players and do your research on who should be starting in your lineup. I think it's really what it comes down to.
Before we end it, Owen, I want to run through the standings real quick. We've not done that yet.
Yeah, let's do it.
In 10th place, 2-4, Jared.
Oof. Ouch.
Big oof. 9th place, 2-4, Tavo. 8th place, 2-4, Christian.
Wow.
7th place, 2-4, Hunter. So, 4 teams at 2-4.
Wow.
We have 3 teams at 3-3. 6th place, 5th, and 4th. We have Zach, Owen, and Diego, respectively. And then 2 teams at 4-2, myself and Josh. And then in first place, Steve at 5-1. So we normally have a really nice bell curve with a big middle.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it's a little bit less like that. So we have one team up at the top, a couple of guys hanging around there, semi-big middle, and then a big end where 2-4 goes. So
yeah. No, I think. I mean, it really shows like you're 2 games away from getting skyrocketed up into like the 2nd, 3rd place. Like playoffs are not out of reach for anybody by any means.
They're not. It's still so close. Pretty much, if some things happen this week, there will be a lot of teams at like 3-4. I think.
Oh yeah.
Potentially be like 6 teams there.
Yeah. And it seems like we got like 4 or 5 people in the chat. If anybody has any questions, like we'll do the next.
People showing up now.
Yeah, I think
now
so.
Now the show is over.
Now that
5 people watching.
Well,
everybody enjoy it. Watch the pod.
Yeah, check it out. Beyond that, man, it's crazy. Like especially like Hunter being pretty much second in points, but 2-4. I feel like that's the type of season it's been in general, unless your name is Steve. Like Steven's probably gonna go 6-1.
In the league at 893, 808 points against, so it's not been a cakewalk for him.
No.
Actually, second lowest points in the league, or third fewest points against.
It's crazy, man. Like he's like a couple weeks away from clinching. Like he just might do it.
Oh, and I know this is not relevant to our league, but I'm 6-0 in that other league.
Really?
I'm 6-0 playing a team that's 1-5 right now. I have no defense in, projected to win by 40.
Oh my
7-0.
God.
With no McCaffrey all year.
Good Lord. That's pretty good. I would say that's pretty damn good.
I have Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp. That's what's been doing it for me.
Wow.
And Patterson.
Dude. Let's go, man. I'm glad I stopped co-managing.
Apparently,
Oh, sorry. I was toxic to the team.
You were the John Gruden to our locker room.
Whoa! Hold on. don't do me like that. I'd say it's probably more the Adam Gase. I'll take that.
Adam Gase.
As soon as I left, everyone got better.
All right, Owen. Well, I think that's it for the pod. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We've got 4 people watching. I know Christian was in here. There's some other people obviously not talking, but hey,
yeah.
Good luck on your matchups this week, Owen. Good luck to you.
BIPOC.
We got a big one against Josh, the Brother Bowl, so probably gonna lose this one, but just gotta keep a smile.
That's tough. You'll see him again in the playoffs, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Damn, dude. Yeah, well, best of luck, man. I know it's going to be an interesting one at best, so enjoy it. That'll do it for us. See you on the flippity flip.
Turn this off.
Oh, we're doing a little stream ending. Okay. I guess I didn't say it last time.
Welcome to the ESFFL podcast.
I really gotta get the other intro, outro.